Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Crystal Healing. I am your host, Crystal Heal. I just a moment ago attempted to do a godio as I normally do on my Streamlabs format, at which point it was buffering so bad, couldn't even really, no one could hear me, just so many problems. So I ended the live stream and I attempted to start another one, but much to my surprise, none of my photos would show on the Streamlabs app. Completely black. Now, I don't believe in coincidences and I don't believe in accidents. And I definitely believe, to each his own. But for me, this information that I'm presenting today is mind-blowing. It was mind-blowing for me. It might not be mind-blowing for you. I don't know. But it just really changed my perspective on a lot of things, okay? And I really feel like this information is paramount. So for me, this is not an accident at all. Now, this is not my normal mode of operation. You know I like my images, right? But because there seemed to be so much resistance today of me showing the images and getting this message out, me being a rebellious Aquarius, y'all gonna get this work either way. We don't need images. Most of the people who listen to me are mental gymnasts, mystics, and gods in their own right. And so I am very confident that you have an imagination that can't be beat. So we're going to continue on with this godio anyway. Today we're talking about the dark side of light work. Let me see who's in here. Face the facts. Yeah, we finna face the facts. Michelle Jackson. Sheila. Tika Lynn. Scorpio Sun. Peace. French Wee Wee. Girl bye. Peace. And wholeness. Peace and wholeness. Balance. Mystery. Lisa Tyler. Okay, you guys, let's go ahead and jump right into this, and we just gonna discuss this shit. If y'all wondering why my face is not on here, those of you who rock with me already know I don't deal with putting my images up too much. Every now and again, I've done it a little bit more lately, but there's a reason for that, but we're not going to get into that. Anyhow, let's talk about this, the dark side of light work. Now, if you listen to me a lot, you know that sometimes if you want to discover the light, you have to go into the darkness. But see, this is the opposite paradigm I'm talking about today. I'm talking about going into the light and actually discovering the darkness within the light. You understand? Light is inside of darkness, but there's also darkness inside of light. And today I want to really hone in on that dark side of light work. Now, I've been kind of peeping game. I've been kind of peeping game on this light work thing now. That's not to say that everybody, but there are a lot of people that are light workers, but they're operating in dark, manipulative manners. What do I mean by that? That means you operating as a narcissist, energy vampires, abusers, and manipulators. Now, I know that sounds very far-fetched. I know that sounds very hard to believe for the most people. But just hang with me a little while longer. And I'm going to make this shit clear as day. Now, the things that light workers generally use. Now, first, let me just give you a little story time and tell you how I come about this information, okay? Because this came to me like a light bulb, like a revelation. This isn't some shit I just been toggling over for years. Like, this literally just came to me, okay? Fresh off the press, like I like to say. Fresh off the ethers. I have no crystals. I own not one crystal. Y'all know I've been doing the tarot lately, which I've been wondering why God, and when I say God, I mean the oversoul, the providing, the consciousness in whom we live, move, and have our being, okay? I often wondered why God had me begin to do tarot online. I never really messed with tarot like talking about it. Okay, a little bit here and there, but I ain't really fool with that. I just pretty much get my information from direct revelation. But recently I've been doing tarot. And not only tarot, but I've been all up in this light work shit. But knowing how the universe, God, the oversoul, the divine works with me, I already knew. Clearly, I'm gonna be I peep game. I'm finna be peeping some game, cause that's what the universe have me do, peep game. So I went with it, all up in it. But I'm seeing all these tarot readers with crystals and shit on their table. Now, I know I'm finna step on somebody's toes, okay? Listen to me now. And I really like to pretend like I care, but I don't. I'm just be honest with you. Because, see, the divine always stepping on my toes. But the axiom is this. Either you get right or you get left. That's my perspective. That's my opinion. And that's also my experience. Your experience may be different. But my God chastised me. I don't know about you. Now, feel free to not accept anything that I say here. Let us all remember that you came here to hear my opinion and not the other way around. So at any point in time, if you don't like what I'm saying, if you feel like I'm being too harsh or if I'm wrong, feel free to click out and go on about your life. Save your little nasty ass comments because they don't move me at all, okay? Because I already know. And I want all that smoke. I want it all. Yeah. So anyway. So I'm watching these tarot readers and they all got crystals and shit all on the counter, right? So I'm like, I never even want to be like everybody else, but I'm like, damn. I got that thought, well, should I have crystals on my counter? And I'm like, well, I haven't really felt the need. I generally go by my intuition. It's like a magnetic pull. I'm magnetically pulled to where I need to be at all times. But I didn't feel magnetically pulled to buy some crystals. But I went to the little store or whatever. I looked around. But every time I reached for them, like I could feel like a repulsion, like a resistance. And I'm like, no, that's not it. So I ain't getting none. I've never owned a real crystal. The only crystal I've ever owned is myself. And I don't even really own myself. So I can honestly say I've never owned a crystal. But a lot of people have, and that's okay. That's okay. But I want you to look at this shit a little bit different on today. I want to ask you, are you aware that a crystal is a living being? Are you aware? If you already knew that a crystal was a living being, put 1 in the chat if you brave. Put 1. I just want to know. I feel like a lot of people know that crystals are living beings, but not a lot of people know that. Yeah, it's healing energy. That's right. Nikola Tesla says that crystals are living beings at the beginning of creation. We all know that they emit a very high vibration. You ever seen them posters, which I had a few examples, but we just gonna roll with it today. You ever seen them posters that say how to use your crystals? They even have posters that show all of the different crystals and where you need to put them and what they do for you. You ever seen that shit? You go to the little spiritual store and they all lined up by colors and shapes and sizes. Tell you what you need it for, where to put it. How many of you know that crystals are living beings? If going to the supermarket and seeing all them dead body parts laying around don't tell you what we really are, even though we don't like to accept the shit. Let's just be real now. Now, it might be a necessary evil. That's a whole nother story. Okay, we're not going that deep. But it is evil nevertheless. Can we at least agree on that shit? Now, you ever heard the story about American slavery, or how the slaves would be lined up on the auction block? And you knew they tell you, oh, this one here, this a good bed winch right here. She's good to warm up the bed. And this one right here, well, this a good field nigga. He'll do real good work out in the field. How many of you know that your body is a field, energetically speaking? Can you see where I'm going with this? Well, just roll with me. How many of you know that your body is a field, energetically speaking? You do have an auric field. And is not crystals used to clean up your auric field? Yes, they are. As of recently, when I see these little posters with all the crystals lined up with what they do, I can't help but see slaves. People, and I use the term people loosely. You might not think it has consciousness, but all things has some form of consciousness, albeit lesser or greater than you. Everything has a form of consciousness. If you don't know that, then go ahead and click off now. I don't know what you're doing in one of my godios. When I see them little charts, all the crystals lined up on the table and shit, as of recently, what I see is slaves that we purchase in order to work in our fields. We drain them of their energy so that we can garnish ourselves some positivity, some happy mood, something of that sort. We even have the bed winch crystals that we put under our pillows, under our heads, help us sleep better at night. Now, you might say, well, it's not harming the crystal. Some of you might say, well, it's just a dumb rock. That's not the truth. If it was just a dumb rock, you wouldn't be purchasing the shit now, would you? No, you wouldn't. Now, if some of you say, well, it don't hurt the crystal. Well, if that's the case, why you got to put them in the sun to recharge them? Because you've drained them of all of their energy. That's why you took their good energy and gave them your bad energy. Yes, you did. Is that not what energy vampires do? Do you not realize that crystals are living beings and they're empaths? They emit nothing but beautiful light. They don't take shit from you. But what do? We go out ripping them from their natural habitat, cut them, clean them up, make them look nice, and put them on the auction block. So we can suck all of their energy out. Why? Because we lack the ability to do it ourselves. Is that not the definition of a narcissist? A narcissist don't want to work. An abuser doesn't want to work. He'll let your ass work. She'll let your ass work and take the check. But they not finna get up and do no work. My question is this. Do we not know who we are? Do we not know that we're crystals in and of ourselves? That we don't have to rob the crystal of its healing abilities. If you had that healing ability within yourself, the fact that you need to buy a crystal. Now, I know this truth hurts, but it's the truth. The fact that you have to buy a crystal to get some healing energy, to get whatever it is you getting out of that crystal, is a testament to the fact that you don't have it already within yourself. To he who hath not even what he thought he had will be taken from him. And you wonder why you can't be blessed. I don't care for the word blessed, but I'm using it today. I'm just being real with you now. I'm just being real with you. Now, how to use your crystals. What if somebody said that shit about you, had your picture on a poster talking about how to use Tiffany, how to use Sarah, how to drain Sarah of her energy, how to drain John of all his energy? Hmm? Oh, it's okay if you drain them. Just put them out in the sun and recharge them and use them again. And let's just say there are some of you listening to me right now that's thinking, Crystal, you're going too far. It's just a rock. I've already established that it's not just a rock. Nikola Tesla established it's not just a rock. Science, religion, and everything else has established that it's not just a rock. But let's just pretend just for one moment that it is. Let's not even think about what it does to the crystal. Let's just think about what it means for you. Why can't you call in the energy of the universe yourself without a crystal? This almost reminds me of, and to all my Catholics listening, hey, to each his own. I don't hate on no religion, but personally, I don't feel the need to go through a middleman to talk to my God. You understand? I feel like I can have what the song say in the Christian church. Jesus is on the main line. Tell him what. I don't need an operator to go through. I could just get right to the main line, the universal main line. Do you understand? So why you got to need a crystal, a middleman, in order to harness the energy of the universe? What's wrong with you? I'm just being real. I'm just being real. Don't shoot the messenger. Now, I need you to really think about that. Because the facts are this, that you do have the latent, inherent ability as your birthright, as a child, an offspring, a son of God, of universe, as the fruit on the tree of nature, in order to tap right into your mama and get milk right from her bosom without the use of another being. Just as in back in the day, the slave masters were very capable of working their own damn field. And you're capable of working your own auric field. Yes, you are. You see, the universe, God, the divine, the powers that be, is no respecter of persons. So if you agree with veganism, then surely you are agreeing with me. It's no respecters of a person. A living being is a living being. Period. So I'm saying all this to basically tell you that you need to work on your own powers instead of seeking and searching out other beings, and that includes even on the internet and shit like that. It's nothing with gathering different pieces of information from other people and shit like that. But I need you to really understand that you have the power to tap right into the main line yourself. Period. If you but try. Just try. Like they say, a closed mouth don't get fed. Now, let's move on from the crystals. I might revisit that in a minute, but let's move on from that. Let's talk about these candles. I'm so sick of these candles. Now, the candles always did burn my ass. I ain't gonna lie. I thought the crystals was cute, and to whoever had the shit, I thought it was, it was cute at the time. I ain't know. However, I don't think the shit cute no more. Because I'm a crystal. And I don't really like to be used for my energy. Do you understand? Fuck putting me out in the sun and recharging me. Just don't use me up. Just leave me be. Stay the hell away from me with your negative ass energy ass. I'm not trying to alchemize none of your negative ass energy. You understand what I'm saying? Crystals don't want to be used. They want to be loved. So anyway, my little soapbox. Let's move on to the candles. These unholy, ungodly ass candles that people sell. Now, at one point in time, I thought about selling these candles, but you know what? It never sat right in my spirit. I swear to God, there was some resistance. And I began to ask, just like with the crystals, what is this resistance? Why the resistance, Lord? Show me what it is that I cannot see. And by Lord, I mean the consciousness of which you have a piece of, the big flame of which you are a little flame taken from it. Do you understand? But not separate from it. I don't know what your conception of God is, but that's mine now, of which we're all part and parcel with. None are excluded. None in heaven, none in earth, and none below. Now, I say, why the resistance, Lord? To these here candles. You know them candles. Buy this candle and burn it for 7 days and make this motherfucker love you. Buy this candle, burn it for 7 days and make money come to you. Now, if you bought these candles, I'm sure a lot of you have. I'm not trying to offend you. I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. If you don't know, you don't know. Okay? Don't think that there's not an agenda to blind your eyes. You understand? Because it is done unto you as you do unto others. You maybe just didn't know that. Sorry about that, you guys. So anyway, let me tell you something. God is spirit, and spirit, one step up, is manifested as energy. And then that energy goes on to be manifested as it condenses into flesh. So it is very true on some level that God is energy. Do we not realize that all of this shit here is manipulating God? You see, you can't abuse and manipulate God and think you about to get away with that shit and calling it good. Woe unto he who calls good evil and evil good. And when you are trying to manipulate other people, how is that good? That means when you buy these love candles and you try to make this man and this woman fall in love with you and they don't already love you, what is that? Is that not manipulation? Are you not manipulating somebody's energy in order to produce a desired result? If that's not manipulation, somebody tell me what manipulation is. If I don't want to be with you and you lighting candles and shit, sending all this energy towards me to try to change my mind or change my emotions or whatever the hell that may be, instead of just talking to me, instead of just being you and letting me decide for myself, you sending all this energy over here trying to get me to bend to your will. Have you never heard, not my will, but thine will be done? But we so lustful for our will to be done, we willing to use energy, which is spirit, which is God, abuse it in order to produce what we think we want, and we don't even know if we really need that shit. Ain't never heard of be careful what you wish for. How many of you have actually burned one of them candles and got the man and got the woman and that shit blew up in your face? Then you burning candles to get rid of that bitch. Yeah, I didn't heard stories. But think about it, y'all. Like, for real. Think about it. That shit is manipulating God. It's manipulating energy. Now, I thought about the tarot and I thought to myself, well, let me see. Is tarot manipulating energy or abusing energy in some kind of way? No, actually, it's not. There are different forms of tarot, but for the most part, people delude themselves with the tarot is what ends up happening. But tarot is reading energy. It's not manipulating it. It's not wielding it and sending it over here to try to bind somebody up so they'll do what you want them to do, or so they'll love you, or they'll or give you their money, or whatever it is these candles be saying. That's manipulation. That's narcissism. If they wanted to love you, they just love you, wouldn't they? So why you got to do all this extra shit to make them love you? Then that means they don't really love you. That energy you sent to them is making them love you. It's not true love. Hmm? So philosophy says it's not different from using Orishas. It's all energy that we are using. I am more interested in my own inner powers. Yeah, so philosophy, I'm not sure what Orishas is. And don't get it twisted. I'm not innocent here neither. Like I said, this shit came to me first. This shit had to hit me first. No, I don't own crystals. Never did. And no, I've never burned none of them candles. But I'm pretty sure there's some shit that's sure to pop up as I continue to contemplate this shit that I have done or am doing that I'm not aware of is violating some kind of fucking law. Some law of being and let be. Even something simple like going cut. Now I've done this. I've cut flowers to put them on my table and talk about I love nature. How the hell I love nature and I'm cutting a flower, which necessarily means it's gonna die before its time. Because I'm selfish and I like the way it looks on my table. For my own selfish need. That's what they call that shit, the fish love. Yeah, I love fish. I mean, I'm finna pluck it up from its natural habitat, gut it up, fry it up, and eat it. That's not real love. The same thing with the flower. If I cut the flower, if I rip it from its mother's breast, from which it receives its nutrients, aka its roots and the ground, how the hell I can say I love it? It's like the old slave masters ripping the babies right out the mama's breast. Talking about I love them niggas. Sure you do. So I might not be completely guilty of this particular crime, but I ain't innocent either. Oh no, I'm not innocent. Hell, and I still eat meat. I'm just gonna be real with y'all. I'm a work in progress, okay? Orange Dark says we want to use everything instead of going within. Exactly. Even with scriptures, and y'all know I love scripture. I love all kinds of scriptures from all religions because they all share a common root. Okay, I love scriptures and they have their place and their purpose. But again, none of them scriptures take the place of direct revelation. Everybody wants to hang on verse 7 and chapter 10 of this book and that book. And then we fight over which book is the right book. But if you really think about it, what happened? What did people do before they had these books? Who wrote the first book? And where did he get his information from? You know, there was a point in time where there was no pen and paper, and there just wasn't enough room on the cave walls, and there wasn't enough ink to write all that shit. So how did these people get the information without the Bible and the Quran and the Bhagavad Gitas? And the Kabbalah? How did they get this information? From within. Why are we sick? And why do we die before our time, like the scripture says? Because we do not discern the Lord's body. Can anybody tell me what is the Lord's body? The Lord in whom we live, move, and have our being that we happen to call Mother Nature. That's the Lord's body. Do we not discern the Lord's body? Because we eateth and we drinketh unworthily. Is that not what we do with crystals? Yeah, we eat up all the crystal's energy unworthily. Never once do we stop and say thank you. Because we think it's all dead. But God is not a God of the dead, but of the living. Grasp this shit. I know it's deep, but stretch. Stretch your mind. Because we do not discern the Lord's body. So are you eating and drinking unworthily? See, they didn't have that problem back in the day. And they knew because they were still in tune. They hadn't disconnected themselves from God. Let's just be real now. I know this is sounding all religious and shit, but if you know me, oh no, baby, this goes way deeper than just religion. This is spirituality. They wasn't disconnected back then. They knew that the crystals were alive, the flowers were alive, that the earth itself was alive, that wintertime was the great inhale, and summertime when the flowers would bloom and shit and the birds would come back out was the great exhale. If you ever watch Earth on a time-lapse video, you can see it inhaling and exhaling, it moving and shifting. It's alive. As surely as you are alive, do you not discern your Lord's body, in whom you live, move, and have your being? See, some of the things that we don't consider to be sacred anymore are really sacred, and you're trampling on sacred things. Take your shoes off. It is holy ground on which you stand. Which ground, Crystal? All of it. All of it. Take your shoes off. Let the sole of your feet touch the ground. The great mother. Why do you cover your soul? Why do you cover your soul? You ever ask yourself that? They didn't cover their soul back in the day. They walked around barefooted while they had to wash each other's feet. That was an honor to wash somebody's feet. Why do you cover your soul? Why do you hide amongst the trees, oh Adam? Just saying. All this old extra ass shit we doing, when in reality, you have got the power within. You've been beguiled to think that you need these things that you don't. And they cause wars. They cause manipulations, abuses of all kinds. When you light a candle on somebody else, do you not realize that's abuse? That's energetic abuse, energetic manipulation. No, you might not have put your hands on them, but you put your energy on them. And as far as I'm concerned, that's way worse. That's way worse, baby. I'd rather you whip my ass than put some roots or a candle on me. Because see, I know how to heal up my flesh. Healing up the spirit is a whole different matter. Ain't that much information out about that. Now, is there? No, there isn't. And unfortunately, most people don't know how to do it. Most people don't know how to protect themselves from energetic attacks. And that's a goddamn attack. If I don't love you, don't light no candle on me to make me love you. That's a fucking attack. That's an obsessive stalker ass attack. Let's be real. If I don't want to do some shit, don't light no candle to try to make me do some shit. That's like bending my arm back. That's an attack. How many people know how to protect themselves from energetic attacks? They got self-defense classes and shit out here, tasers and all this other shit for physical attacks. What they got for energetic attacks? What they got? Yeah, I know. I know it hurts. Soul Philosophy says, yep, that's why. With great power comes great responsibility. Exactly. To whom much is given, much is required. To whom much is given, much is required. Now, why is this information coming out now? I asked that myself. Well, why I didn't see this shit before, Lord? Like, you could have been showed me this. And exactly what you just said, Soul Philosophy. Because myself, as well as whoever is listening to me and whoever has been magnetically drawn to this video, you about to step it up a notch, baby. I feel like most of y'all already know that intuitively. Because y'all own. You wouldn't be listening to me if you wasn't on. Do you understand? You own and you already know. It's always darkest before the dawn. A lot of y'all been dealing with a lot of energetic attacks and shit. Depressions, thoughts, all kind of fuck shit. But that's because you finna step it up a notch. Do you understand? You finna get brought to a whole nother level. And to whom much is given, much is required. See, you can transgress on one level and escape slightly. But when you get on a whole nother level, transgressions take on a whole nother level too. And so do the punishments for it. And by that, I mean, that doesn't mean that God is out here waiting for you to transgress so you can punish. It don't work like that, y'all. That's shit religion taught you. That's not how that shit work, okay? I'm sorry. It don't. But it's law. Do you understand? That means if you jump off a cliff and die, that ain't God punishing you for jumping off the cliff. It's law. And if you do certain things gonna happen to your ass. It's not God punishing you, it's law. And so when you abusing and using and manipulating people, well, don't be surprised if your ass get abused, used, and manipulated. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Don't blame everybody else for the shit. You get back what you put out, period. Everything is completely just here, just and balanced. Somebody say I couldn't get rid of that food. That one you did the candles on? I done heard them stories. I say, well, ain't that something? Alex Little says, I thought about that too when I was vegan and wore leather. Yeah, you see, we have these, we don't see. We like to blame others for a lot of shit. We always looking outside ourselves, not realizing that whatever is outside of us is a direct reflection of that which is in us. Everything is a direct reflection of us. You know, we see fucked up shit outside of us, and we just literally, we really think that that's just them. And we don't see that the world is a mirror. It's a literal mirror. But you know, we can't conceive of, well, I'm not abusive to anyone. I don't do this to nobody. You tell yourself, but again, Mother Nature is not a respecter of persons. The crystals are her children, just as the humans are her children, just as the animals are her children. Do you understand? So no, you may not have killed another human, but shit, stroll through the supermarket. Stroll through the supermarket. Funny thing is we seem to think we're the top of the food chain. That shit just, I find it fucking hilarious because we're not. We're actually not. Just because you can't see it don't mean it ain't there. Okay, we can't see wind, but you can feel its effects. And if you've ever been eaten up by a being who's higher than you, and you were aware enough to know it, then you'll know we're not the top of the food chain, baby. We're not. We're not. And what you do unto others will get done unto you, period. Now, read some more of these comments. Girl Boss says, what we gonna do? We can't have the things we love or we will kill them. And that's the sad part. A lot of people are just obsessive. Thank you for whoever donated. Thank you. I appreciate the reciprocation of the energy that I'm putting out. As the crystal that I am. But anyway, you know, that's the thing. We get so obsessive and we don't realize how we want what we want. Our desires, which manifests as our shadow self, has literally taken over. And we do all kinds of, for lack of better terms, evil shit, manipulation, abuses, in order to get what we want, instead of saying, as the scripture has said, but even before the scripture said it, as the universe screams out to us, not thine will. Why can't we just be and let be? Who was that? Was that girl by Fontress? Who was that? Put that on one of my posts. Scorpio sun. Somebody said be and let be. Why can't we just be and let be? Why can't we just live simply? Must we have our house riddled with dying flowers and call it good? Our countertops riddled with crystals outside of their natural habitat, sitting in these dark ass houses instead of being out in the sun or buried within the dirt, continuously gathering up nutrients for themselves. Why can't we just be and let be? What is this shit? I'll tell you what it is. It's the true Babylon. Babylon is not a place. It is a state of mind. It is a state of mind of wanting to use and abuse other people, places, and things for our own agenda instead of realizing who and what we are and that the power already resides within us to have everything that we need, not what we want, what we need. Like my mama used to tell me, I'm not here to give you what you want. I'm here to give you what you need. And so to the universe and God. Can we learn to live simply? Can we learn to just be satisfied with what we need? Do we not realize that the desire is like a bottomless pit? It is always hungry and it is never satiated. It is never full. With every desire that you fulfill, 10 more pop up in its place. It's like the Hydra. You cut one head off and 3 more pop up in its place. For every desire that you fulfill, you got 10 more behind it with its hand out. Can we foster an attitude of gratitude? Can we take whatever energy we do have and increase it, alchemize our own negativity into positivity without having to use and abuse some other being to do so? Whether it be a being made of rock, a being made of flesh, a being made of whatever. I'm preaching now. I'll say what y'all want. Y'all might not be getting nothing, but I show him. You might not be getting fed, but I show him. Because guess what? What a lot of people don't know, listen to people's videos, y'all. The message goes to you. It say the word is incarnated in your heart for you to do and for you to obey. I'm just sharing my thoughts. But this technically ain't even for you. This came to me for me, as everything that everyone else speaks about on their videos. You think you're preaching to other people, but you're not. You're preaching to yourself. Gather. Grasp. And so I'm definitely getting fed. I'm grasping the message. French Wee says, right, laugh out loud. Sounds like torture, but that fried fish is good. You damn right it is. Sad to say it, but it is. But again, the idea here is, this is what I want us to all realize. Like the scriptures say, he who is without sin cast the first stone. If you've done enough critical thinking, then you realize that the cycle of life here, the nature of life, in this physical realm is a predatorial one. Everything basically feeds off of that which is below it in the food chain, okay? Even as we speak about veganism, vegans have deluded themselves into believing that they're not transgressing any beings. But science, okay, I know y'all love science. We don't want to fuck with religion, but we love science. Science has proven that when you put a knife to a head of lettuce, that it emits a high frequency sound that can be likened to screaming. I know it's hard for y'all to accept that shit, but yes, even the head of lettuce has some form of consciousness. It might not be self-conscious. It might not even be conscious of its environment, but it cannot exist without having some form of consciousness. Period. Even a rock. It don't look like it grows, does it? But guess what? A rock actually does grow. It actually does move. Look it up. It's science. All of this shit is conscious. Rocks vibrate really slow, so it's hard to tell. But they are. As surely as you do. And so I said that to say this. That even you vegans out there who pride yourself in not hurting animals, well, you're hurting the plants. And yes, the plants are alive. If you don't believe me, ask the Venus flytrap. It is a more evolved plant. It's tethering between the plant and the animal kingdom. But it's a plant nevertheless. Is it not? So what does that tell you? There is some form of consciousness there. So here there is you have to, in order to survive here, that you have to basically share. Like the Lion King say, it's the circle of life. It moves the soul. Just accept that shit. As much of a light worker as you are, you're also a dark worker. As much of a saint as you are, in order to live and survive, you are also a sinner. Did that hurt? That hurt. Yes, it did. But nevertheless, it is the truth. The thing here is, though, the catch here is don't eat and drink unworthily. Realize when you drink a glass of water that you're drinking the blood. Well, it's more like the lymph fluid, but I'm not going to go that far. Everybody's not medical. The blood is more like the oil, and the rivers and shit is more like the lymphatic system. But anyway, just realize when you're drinking water that you're drinking the Lord's body. I know they taught you about communion, a little wafer and a cup of wine in church, but I'm trying to take you a little bit deeper. See, that's the shadow. I'm trying to show you the substance. That's a copy of the real thing, what you've seen in church. The real thing is where you live, move, and have your being. And every cup of water that you drink is the Lord's body, the Lord's blood. And by Lord, I'm going to say this again. By Lord, I'm talking about the consciousness, the overall consciousness. If you haven't realized that there's something here that's bigger than the little old me and the little old you, then I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing. That's all I can say. It's very plain to me, but maybe it's not the case for everybody. But anyway, when you drink your water, be sure to realize that it's sacred. It's not just water. Just because it's everywhere, we feel like, oh, it's just water. Nothing is just anything. Do you understand? It's not just water. It's not just food. It's not just the earth. It's not just ground. And you are not just you. You are more than what you know. Everything is more than what you know. Open your eyes. Do you not realize that the water that you drink is the very same water that your ancestors drunk? Whatever people, person, or thing that you think is most respectable in your mind that holds a high place of respect. Do you not realize that the very same water that you drink here is the same water that's always been here? You know how many great beings that water has cycled through? Not only that, but do you know how many serial killers and molesters that water has cycled through? I know it seems like we're not connected in any kind of way, but we are. All of us. We are. So when you eat your food, you see, them old folks was onto something. That's why I say everybody want to talk about religion, but even though people don't half-ass understand the shit that they doing in religion, the fact is they done it nevertheless. So as the scripture says, to those who, there are those who don't know, but their faith is still counted to them for righteousness. And there are those who do know, something like that. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. But the point is, even though they didn't know what they was doing, I bet back in the day they said grace before they ate that food. Did they not? People don't do that shit no more. Why? Because it's just food. Nobody's listening. Can we get into a habit of seeing what's before us on our plate as sacred? Can we not realize that something, someone, some consciousness had to give its life for your ass to survive? Everybody want to know where Jesus is at when Jesus is returning. Jesus never left. That's deep. Woo! I felt that one. That's deep. Jesus been here all along. Like I said at the end of the Wizard of Oz, you was home all alone. Yeah. But your power of discernment have been weakened through your own transgressions. Let's just be real. Let's be real now. When Jesus gonna return. And now don't get it twisted. Now, even when I say Jesus, now this is my perception. You feel free to believe whatever you want to believe. I'm not interested in your opinion. I'ma just be real with you. I didn't ask for it. Just telling you mine. For those who care to listen. You are a part of Jesus as well. We are all members. Does not your scriptures, all my Bible thumpers, does not your scriptures say we are all members of one body? Are we not? Of whose body? Jesus' body, right? Is Jesus not the wisdom of God? And does not scripture say that wisdom crieth aloud? She buildeth her house. I know they taught you Jesus was a man. You ever wonder why Jesus' pictures look like I know they say it's Caesar Borgia or some shit like that. But Jesus looked very womanish. I'm going to just be real with you. Because she buildeth her house. Mother Nature. Father God is the penetrating spirit, and Mother Nature is the receiving flesh. The expressed image of the invisible God. Grasp. This is some deep shit now. We're going deep today. That's right. We are the bride, but have we made ourselves ready? Is the question. To receive what? The revelation of Jesus Christ. The revelation. That means something that was hidden from you. Something that was hidden in plain sight, to be exact. Something revealed. That's what a bride does. There's a veil that's covering the bride. When she walks down the aisle, she gets there, she meets her husband, and then the veil is lifted from off her face, and she is revealed. I'm trying to give you the revelation of Jesus, the Christ, of whom you are a member, of whom you live, move, and have your being. So, yeah, okay, the crystals might be just rock, but who are you to say that we have no use of the hand because we an eye? No, we're supposed to give more honor to what we consider the lesser members, like rocks and trees and shit like that. Right? No, because we're narcissists. We have ideas of grandiose because we have self-consciousness. But to whom much is given, much is required. What is all this self-consciousness doing for us? We don't even take care of our own bodies, much less anybody else's body. We don't even realize that we are the temple of the Holy Spirit. It don't matter if you go to church, because you are the church. The church is just a shadow of the real thing of which you are. You're looking for God everywhere. Have you ever looked within? Have you ever looked within? You search the scriptures thinking that God is in there. Have you ever looked within? I heard a story once where this dude, he robbed something. I don't know what he robbed, but police was looking for his ass everywhere. And guess where he was? Right there outside the police station. I mean, I must have rolled over and laughed my ass to damn near death when he told that shit. Nigga got away with it too. Right there outside the police station. You know why? Because they would never think that the criminal would hide that fucking close. And I said that to say this. We out here looking for God. Looking all out there, all which way, climbing on top of mountains and shit, stand up there for 20 years looking for God. All in the caves looking for God. All in the scriptures. We go from religion to religion. We Christian, then we Hebrew Israelite, then we Moors, then we oh God, I mean, it just never ends. Label on top of label on top of label. Looking for God. And lo and behold, right there in your own heart. Ain't that something? I love it. I don't know about y'all. I love it. When you see the truth, it's so beautiful. So the point I'm trying to really, really drive home and make here to you guys today is get your mind right, man. Get your mind right. Bring every thought into subjection and obedience to the Christ. Every thought. Get your mind right. It's not so much about what you do, it's how you do it. Have you ever heard that? That's something my grandma say all the time. Baby, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. Sometimes it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Huh? So I understand. We gotta eat the lettuce and shit. You know, I know they got breatharians and shit out there, but if most of us tried that, we'd die. Let's just be real. So yeah, we got to eat the fruits, we got to eat the vegetables, and yes, even some of us have to eat the meat if that's what your body needs. That's what we're all here for. Like the movie say, what's eating Gilbert Grape? You don't even know what's eating you. You don't even know that your ass get eaten energetically, because the beings above us are energetic beings. I got a chart, but I can't show you none of that shit because YouTube is tripping. Okay? But there are beings that are above you that you can't see because they vibrate so high. It's just like the blades of a fan. You ever seen a fan on high? You can't even see the blades because they're moving so fast. You can see the ceiling right underneath the fan, as if blades aren't even there. And it's just like these beings. They're vibrating so high. They're all around you all the time. They really are. But if you're not intuitive, if you're not in tune, you can't see them or feel them. Well, you probably could feel them, but you probably just chuck it off to, oh, I'm just feeling bad today. And you don't realize some shit is on the back of your neck, sucking out your life essence. But anyway, we all around here eating that which is lower than us on the food chain. The point is this. Do unto others as you'd have them do unto you, because that's exactly what's going to happen. You see, the 10 Commandments is not admonishments telling you what you should do. It's telling you what you're going to do, what you are doing. Do you understand? Even the Our Father's prayer. If you really grasp it on its deeper and let's be real now, its truthful significance here. Do unto others as you'd have them do unto you, because that's exactly what the fuck is going to happen. I know you thought it was God or the universe. No, these laws are written because these are laws. It's not request. Do you understand? There's a difference between a law and a request. If I ask one of my children, hey, can you go grab me that cup over there? That's a request. But if I say, give me that cup right there, that's a command. Huh? Like my mom used to tell me, she used to say, I'm not asking, I'm telling. And so in the same way, these laws, people have deluded themselves in believing somebody's asking. Ain't nobody asking you nothing. The universe don't ask. The universe is not a man that it should lie. And you will get done unto you as you do unto others. So as you eat and as you drink, how about you do it worthily? How about you show some respect? How about you realize that something had to give up its life in order for you to continue to live? I know it's hard to think of every piece of chicken that your ass eat as part of Jesus's body. I know it's very hard for us to conceive of the fact that every glass of water And anything derived from water that we drink is partaking of the flesh and the blood of Jesus, but it's the truth. So how about you show some respect? Yeah, they worship me with their mouth, but their heart is far from me. If that wasn't true, my name ain't Crystal. Grasp. It's a deep thing. All of these things are shadows. What does the scripture say? That we learn the things, the invisible things, by the things that are made manifest. And so we may not quite understand the structure of our body and how it works. But if we just look at those things that are made manifest unto us, you'll be able to understand the deeper truths. Why? Because they all correspond. The axiom is as above, so below. As above, so below. Have you ever really looked at the outline of the tabernacle of Moses? Do you not realize that that is literally, go look on my Instagram page, I got a picture of it. It's literally a diagram of the human body. And the way the energy is actually partitioned. But not only the human body, the earthly body. And not only the earthly body, but the solar body, the cosmic body. You know why? Because they're all copies. Like little clones of each other. It's a kaleidoscope. One voice, one being, one spirit, one love. We've all been baptized into one spirit. We've all been baptized into this death. What death, Crystal? The death of blindness, of not seeing our own selves. That death. That's the one. And as we all have drunk of the same death, we shall all drink of the same resurrection. What resurrection, Crystal? The revelation, the revealing, the uncovering. When the veil is pulled back. Isis unveiled. That's right. It's the Grand Trinity. The Grand Trinity, you guys. The Father is the Spirit, the energy that penetrates the Mother. Jesus. I know that's outside of how you used to thinking, but it's been described in many different ways, okay? In all different religions. But that which proceedeth from Jesus is the Holy Spirit. Is it not? So what does that make you? Think about it. Do you not contain masculine and feminine within you? Whole E. E as in energy. E equals MC squared. E is energy. Positive and negative. Anyway. I just want you to, and when I say you, I'm talking about me. Y'all just get to listen in to me thinking out loud. I'm just going to be real with you here. Because as far as I'm concerned, I really, at this, some days it's harder than others. But some days I'm vibrating so high that, let me tell you, I'm really the only one here. I'm the table that I'm looking at. I'm the chair that I'm sitting on. I'm the person that I'm talking to. I'm the person talking and the one listening. I'm the spider. I'm the web that I'm creating. And I'm also the fly that's trapped in it. Do you understand? I'm going to say that again. I am the spider who's creating the web. I'm also the web that I'm creating, as well as the fly that is trapped in it. And today is one of those days. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm talking to myself. I am Scorpio Sun. I am Alex Little. I am Mystery. Do you understand? I am Kiki the Unbreakable. I am Master Yoda. I am a different story. I am Navi Poet. That's right. All of that's me. Miss Lady, that's me. One love. When I say one love, that's exactly what I mean. Because God is love. And besides God, there is no other. And when you really get down to the bottom of the rabbit hole, you realize that the whole world is nothing but love, which is God. Everything from the rooter to the tutor, like the scriptures say. No matter where you go, what shall separate us from the love of Christ? Nothing. Nothing. You cut a tree open, and I am there. You go down to the deepest hells, and I am there. The highest heights, and I am there, says the Lord. And even within your own bosom, God is there. So there's no need to use and abuse other people. There's no need. Just realize the truth. Like they said in the movie The Matrix. This is all the Matrix, y'all. There's no sense in trying to bend the spoon. That's what you're doing. You're trying to bend people's will to your will. All you got to do is realize the truth, Neo, that there is no fucking spoon. Huh? I know y'all think I'm crazy. You know how I know? Because sometimes I think I'm crazy. But at the same time, I know that I'm not. You know, left foot, right foot, balance. Let me check out some of these comments. Oh, God. Whew. Renee Lotte says, I feel you totally. Well, good. That means you in tune, you back connected, you plug into yourself, to who you are, to who you truly are, which is the all. You know, I put a post on Instagram. It had Einstein sticking out his tongue, and it had the equation. He wrote on the board, 6 minus 3 equals 6. And he had just the silliest look on his face. And I posed the question, pop quiz, is this equation correct or incorrect? And then I put the answer, which is this. According to human wisdom, it's incorrect. Because everybody knows 6 minus 3 equals 3, right? Yeah, well, it depends on what place you operate. Are you operating from the human self or from the divine self? Because from the divine self, that equation is absolutely correct. 6 minus 3 is 6. 6 minus 1 is 6. 6 minus 10 is 6. You know why? Because there is no minus. Minus is a fucking illusion. Nothing can ever be lost. It's just a game of hide and seek and peekaboo. Do you understand? You are the all within the all, and that is all that there can ever be. There can never be no less. Nothing can ever be added to the all. Nothing can ever be taken away from the all. Plus and minus, they're all numbers. They're designed to numb you from the truth. Which is you're living eternity right now. You're in heaven right now. The only reason it feels like hell is because you don't see that it is a heaven. That's it. I know. You might not agree. But this is my channel for my opinion. And my experience and my perspective. If you don't get it, then you didn't get it. That's all I could say. I'm going to say that again because that's deep. Hashtag the revelation. If you don't get it, then you didn't get it. That's all I can say. Yeah. Yeah, numbers. None of that shit is real. None of this shit is real. Let's just be real now. And you know, the fact that all this information is coming out now is because people's getting tired of playing the game. Tired of being in the matrix. And so we're slowly moving into our eternal selves. Not like we ever left eternity. There's nothing here but eternity. Time is an illusion. All these boxes and shit. We live in a circle. The boxes are the created things. Okay? So shit is being shaken up so that which is created can fall off. And the truth can stand up. You see, all of the lies are based upon one truth. But if you take that one truth and you put it at the very tip top of the mountain of lies, like you see that eye or at the top of the pyramid on the back of the dollar, that's the truth. If you put the truth, take it from the bottom of the mountain on which all the lies are built, and you put that bitch on top, all them lies gonna be crushed under the truth. It's inevitable. Huh? And so clearly a lot of people, and when I say people, I use that loosely because there's really only one being here. We as a collective have clearly gotten tired of playing this game. Somehow It's time for a reset. I know y'all been feeling the reset is coming. Yes, it is. The reset is definitely coming. Because we're getting tired of playing this game for whatever reason. It's time to create a whole new world. A magical place I've never known. No one to tell us no or where to go. Now I'm in a whole new world with you. I know I can't sing, no need to tell me. But anyway, and that's what we're doing now. We're just basically taking the blindfolds off. We're waking up from our little slumber. Oh, and coming back into the reality that death is an illusion, time is an illusion. We live in eternity. This is what it is. And that we really, as a collective, are very, very powerful and more than what we know. You ever heard the story about a man that limited himself and went down into his own body in order to die death? Why? Because as an infinite being, there's no other way to die death than to forget that you can't actually fucking die. You understand? Why would an immortal being want to die? Why would an immortal being want to die? Yeah. That might be a little deep. Prince Wee says, can't wait. Humans have lost their damn mind. Alex Little, time is an illusion and we are all way too busy. Yeah, but you see what's happening now is people are preaching, just quit your job. Just quit every fucking thing. You know why? Because that's how tired as a collective we are of this matrix. This particular matrix right here. You know, we like to delude ourselves into really thinking there's enemies. And I played this game too. I played it at the beginning of this godio. They don't want me to get this message out. And by they, I mean me. You know what I'm saying? Because part of me want to stay asleep. It's almost like death. I'm not really afraid of death. But if death come knocking, I'll probably be like, wait. I'm just being real. Okay? So part of me wants to stay asleep. Because there's still part of me that's not quite aware of what this is. You know, I got my suspicions and shit. Again, there are times when I vibrate higher and I'm absolutely confident without a shadow of a doubt that I know what this is. I can feel it. I can see it. I can smell it. It's part of my very being. But then there are other days when I'm vibrating a little lower and I'm confused and I don't know what the fuck this is. Maybe everything that I thought was all wrong. Maybe somebody's getting in my mind and tricking me. I mean, come on now. Y'all go through it too. You know how I know? One love. One love. If you're an avid tarot reader, or even if you do tarot, if tarot symbolizes the light. Why? Because once you start doing that shit and you looking at the body, you like, damn, this shit resonated with me like to the T. But then you read in the comments and it's like 40 other people that say the same shit. And you like, well, how is this resonating with me and 50 other people at the same time? You know why? One spirit, one love, one God, one being. Energy does not die. God cannot die. It's only transferred. Energy is like chairs. You ever played musical chairs? You ever played that shit? Musical chairs. Yeah, that's how energy is. You might be sitting in this chair today, but you're going to be sitting in the chair that her ass was sitting in yesterday. Do you understand? Come tomorrow. That's why I always say, be careful how you handle folks. Be careful how you judge folks. Judge not lest ye be judged. Why? Because, yeah, you looking over there seeing them sitting in that energetic chair. Or he's of this, or she's of that. Yeah, they sitting in that chair today. But your ass might be sitting in there tomorrow. And if not tomorrow, at some point in time in this eternal game of life and death, your ass going to be sitting in that chair. Trust and believe that. That is a fact. So be careful how you handle people. Be careful now. Be careful. It will come back. Let's see. Let me get back to these comments. Tika says, and that's where I'm at, confused, but your message is clear. Yeah, Tika, and we go in and out. We breathe in, we breathe out. We move with the left foot, then the right foot. You feel what I'm saying? But at some point, you begin to do that so fast till you find balance. It's just like pedaling the bike. If you're riding the bike and you pedaling real slow, your ass gonna fall over. You gotta pedal at a certain speed. Left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot. You gotta do that fast enough for you to stay upright. You understand? And in the same way, it's like the left hand path and the right hand path. You boggle between the two, or Boaz and Joachim, or mercy and severity, or yin and yang, however you want to interpret the shit. Okay, you bobble between the two so fast till you find yourself right dab smack in the middle where you need to be. Meet me in the middle. Right dab smack in the middle. Y'all ever notice in the scripture that Jesus, quote unquote, only made a bodily appearance right dab smack? We're a little over to the right, but give or take, right dab smack in the middle of the scriptures. No bodily appearance, nowhere in the Old Testament, and hardly nowhere in the New Testament, other than right dab smack in the middle. And that's how you do it. So yeah, you're going to vibrate low and you're going to vibrate high. And you're going to vibrate low, vibrate high, vibrate low, vibrate high. Because you can see when you vibrate high, you almost can't maintain in this reality. You really can't. I know, I don't know about you, but I can't. And I can't imagine anybody else being able to maintain either. When you vibrating high, it's like so much light till you're blind. You ever been in a room? Probably not, but just imagine being in a room where there's like 50 million light bulbs everywhere. Do you think you'll really be able to see? No. Why? Because it's too much light. It's just as good as being darkness at that point. And so when you're vibrating high, in the highest frequency there is to vibrate, you can't maintain, you can't go to work. There's no work when you have vibrating high. There is no communicating with other people because there are no other people when you're vibrating high. You understand? It's just stillness. It's just the end. That's it. It's just balance. That's it. There's no rest of the sentence. It's just, period. But the same is true when you're vibrating really low, except for instead of it being too much light, there is no light at all. You can't see shit. It's so dark. You can't see the forest for the trees. You don't know who you are. You don't know who anybody else. You don't know what shit is anymore when you're vibrating low. You don't know if you're coming or if you're going. Darkness. But if you can just learn how to bobble between the two and begin to do that fast enough to where you got that shit you see on the Freemasons floor, which is the checkerboard. Black, white, black, white, black, white, black, white. Is that not how manifestation is created? The alternating between black and white. Is that not how music is created? The alternation between sound and silence? If it was all sound, that's not a very pleasant song now, is it? But if with the silence in between the bumps, bum, 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 the silence makes the song just as much as the sound makes the song. You understand? And the light makes manifestation possible just as much as the dark makes manifestation possible. Either one of the extremes renders you blind. So it's okay to not really know what the hell is going on here. That's okay. Long as you make sure you climb yourself up Jacob's ladder, you climb yourself up the musical scale. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Back at do again. And that's just how it goes. Period. Let me tell y'all something else. Now, this is just a hypothesis of mine. I haven't been able to prove this shit, but it's a hypothesis of mine. I believe that what we consider outer space as we look up into the sky, we're also looking at the bottom of the ocean. I believe it's a loop, a toroidal field, okay? And so what you know, they got some really, there's some bioluminescent creatures at the deep depths of the ocean, huh? Yeah, well, what if these bioluminescent creatures we see in the sky is actually the bottom of the ocean? It's all about density. That's just a thought. Think about that. Because you see, the air we breathe, it seems like air to us. But to a being of a higher propensity, let me say, it would be like water. You ever seen the movies where the aliens or they gotta wear special suits and shit to breathe on Earth? In the same way, and it looks just like scuba diving suits. Because air is still water, okay? It's just a different density. This is why you set your cup out. You know, your little icy cup, you set that shit on the counter, you come back 10 minutes later and water is dripping down the side. Why? Because there's water in the air. Why? Because that's exactly what it is. The fish, I'm pretty sure, don't perceive their air as water. They probably don't. You understand what I'm saying? That's just a little extra side bit of brain food, some shit to toggle around with. But anyway, Scorpio Sun says, Crystal, I'm gonna need you to stop reading my crazy ass mind. I think about this stuff all the time. Nika Nicole says, that's why NASA has contracts with the U.S. Navy. Yes, water is above and below us. Exactly. Y'all don't know nothing about that firmament, huh? Y'all wonder what the rainbow. You see, in the scriptures is more of a science book than people care to actually admit. There is no separation between science and religion. The only separation is an illusion. You understand? All separation is an illusion. There's no separation here. There is a firmament. You understand? If you try to recreate a rainbow in a lab, you're going to need some things. One thing you're going to need is water droplets. The other thing that you're going to need, which may be to your surprise, is some type of glass prism. Now, ask yourself this. We know that when it rains, the rainbow comes out. But where's the glass prism at? Where is the glass prism? Now, don't tell me the raindrops, because if that was the case, there'd be a million different fucking rainbows. They got to be one big ass glass prism. Oh, yeah, and some form of light. You got to have that, too. One big glass prism to make one big ass rainbow. And the glass prism has got to be shaped in the shape of a bowl, because the rainbow is in the shape of a bowl. So where the hell is this glass prism? That's right. Peace reflections. Where's the glass prism at? Could that be the firmament? Have y'all ever heard of Operation Fishbowl? You ever heard of that shit? Yeah, basically what I'm trying to tell y'all, this whatever matrix you think you in, oh, it's a matrix nevertheless. But the structure, the shape, the function, and all that shit of this matrix, most people have no idea. You know why? Because you learned already in school. Nobody looks for their keys if they don't know that they're lost. Who looks for their keys while they're holding their keys in their hand? Nobody does. That's why they rush your ass off to school and give you keys before you start looking for them. So they tell you the shape of the earth, so you don't investigate the shape of the earth. They tell you where you are, so you don't investigate where you are. They tell you who you are, so you never investigate who you are. Why? Because knowledge, true knowledge, is power. They don't want you to have true knowledge, so they give you falsehood and tell you that it's knowledge. Who is they, you ask? Well, it depends on what level you on. You got the highest level, they're us. You know what I mean? But from this here human level, they are part of us that don't want us to fucking wake up. because they have actually hoodwinked the other part. You know, it's kind of like the spirit and the flesh. Your flesh is you, okay? And I know they say it's just a shell, and in a sense it is, but no, it's still you. It's still you. And your spirit is, of course, we all know that's you, right? But one has subjected the other one. And so one is playing the role of master and one is playing the role of slave. So necessarily the master part of you does not want to, let the games end. Hell, I'm the master. Why would I want to let the games end and we all be even? I'm enjoying this shit. You know what I'm saying? Well, I might have to fucking be a slave when the game ends. You feel what I'm saying? The tables always turn, right? So if I'm holding the master role in the game, I'm gonna want the game to go as long as I can possibly make it go, because I know when the fucking music stops, now I got to be the slave. I'm not trying to be the slave. So I'm going to keep the slave sleep as long as I can to keep uprising from happening. You feel what I'm saying? And the same thing is true with the spirit and the flesh. The same thing is true with the white man and the black man. The same thing is true with all this shit. It's still illusory at the highest level. But we in this bitch. We in this game. We in it. For better or for worse, for richer or for poor, for sickness or for health. We in this motherfucker. And long as we in here, guess what? I'm finna play the game and I'm finna play it raw. If you want to get out the game, you better get in it. That's all I got to say. Because they playing. Anyway. Tika says, Crystal, this message is powerful. Yeah, that's, I knew this was going to shake some bones. The masters here, the powers that be. And when I say masters, I'm not talking about the white man, black man dichotomy. That's baby shit. That's baby shit. This shit is go way deeper than the black and white man dichotomy, okay? We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but principalities and spiritual wickedness in high places, okay? The powers that be. But I want all that smoke me. See, once I figure out I can't really die, oh, shit. The only thing that, tethered me to sanity, let's just say, is the fact that I have children. And for whatever reason, that still pulls on my strings. But, man, if I didn't have children, it'd be on and cracking. I'd be like Deadpool. I don't know if y'all watch Marvel movies. I'd be like Deadpool. There'd be nothing I wouldn't do. Fuck up. To win. But anyway. French Louis says, but people are waking up. We are in the age of information. It's no reason not to question this trickery at this point. Everything is right in our faces. Exactly, French Louis. But you know what's crazy is with the shit even right in our faces, everybody just continues on like it's not. It almost reminds me of, it always trips me out when I want to download an app, say, Candy Crush. I don't really play it anymore, but that's just an example. Candy Crush, Facebook, all them apps. You read the permission. These motherfuckers ask for permission for everything but your very life. Like, they want access to your mic, your phone. They want to be able to add accounts, create accounts, make accounts. Dig all in your SD card. Like, they ask for access to every single, your location, like everything. And guess what? How many people be like, you know what? Fuck Facebook. I'm not doing Facebook because they trying to dig all in my business. Not very many. Most of us click the accept button. We give them access to every fucking thing so we can have Facebook or Instagram or Candy Crush. So, again, that's a lesser form of the bigger truth. Like, we sell our souls all the time. We see them videos talking about rapper sold her soul and such and such sold their soul. Don't sign the contract. A contract is simply something that binds back. Your very existence as a human is proof that you've already sold your soul. You signed the contract. Your soul has been limited. It has been bound back. If it hadn't been bound back, you'd be an unlimited being, and we wouldn't even be having this conversation. You already sold your soul. You know what I'm saying? Let's just be real. If we just being completely honest here now. I know we like to watch the videos and shit. Oh my God, she sold her soul to the devil. But I'm on some higher perspective shit today, okay? Yes, you can sell your soul in the music industry on a lower level. But again, judge not lest ye be judged, because all I ask is if you're listening to me right now and you're residing in a human body, your soul has already had a contract. It's already been contracted here. Period. Scorpio Sun says, and best believe your pastors, preachers, priests, or whatever title knows the truth and they keep rocking the congregation to sleep. Correct. Correct. I also have an image where they're all holding their finger over their lips like, shh. You ever wonder why the Illuminati and all of these so-called secret societies, it's only secret to the babies. If you're woke, it's not a secret. You understand what I'm saying? It's kind of like Christmas, you know. Yeah, okay, Santa is, we don't know who Santa is, but if you're one of them kids that stay up all fucking night and you see mom and daddy wrapping the presents, it's no longer a secret. You see, to those who are asleep, yeah, we might not know who Santa is. But if you're woke, everybody who woke know who Santa is. You understand? And so you see them holding their finger over their lips like, shh, don't wake the babies. And that's exactly what it is. Don't wake the babies. You know why? Because we're the masters. And when they wake up, they might be held to pay. Because they're just as powerful as us. And there's power in numbers. And they're all going to gang up and kill our ass. Now, again, energy cannot die, but it can be contracted. It can be put in a bottle, per se. You ever heard of lightning in a bottle? It can be put in a bottle. Grasp. So again, we see the slave master dichotomy here. When the slave finally wake up and realize, hey, it's like a million of us and it's only like 3 of them in that house. You feel what I'm saying? Then shit gets ugly. You see? So shh, don't wake the babies. They take you to school to teach you how to read, but let me tell you something. That's not real reading. That's not the universal language. That's not the language of spirit. The language of spirit is the language of symbolism. You understand? And once you can read symbolism, see, they talk about your ass in front of you all the time. On the news, they use color codes, they use symbolisms and all kinds of shit, passing messages back and forth. But because you don't know how to read, you don't know what the fuck they saying. That's like when mom and daddy would be like, you know, me and my husband, we would say, hey, babe, you want to take the kids to the PARK? Kids sitting right there on the couch. They didn't know what the hell I said. Why? Because they couldn't spell. They didn't know. And so in the same way, these higher powers, and I use higher very fucking loosely, okay? These higher powers are speaking to you through magazines and shit. You read magazines, think it's talking about Miley Cyrus, and it's not. They really passing on plans and shit. All of this shit is fake. All of the celebrities' lives and shit, all of it's fake. It's a cover up in order for them to be able to communicate. You understand? But they say, oh, Brad Pitt and Angelina broke up. But really, what that really means is I don't know, some fucking something broke up, something deeper that has nothing to do with Angelina and Brad. It's some shit that we know nothing about because we don't know shit about shit. You understand what I'm saying? It's all ways for them to talk around us without us even knowing because we think this shit is actually real. It's the Truman Show, you guys. Okay? In the movie The Truman Show, the Sirius satellite dropped down. And that made him look around like, You not realize that we have ancestors from the Sirius star system dropping messages in. They've been doing that shit a lot lately. I don't know if y'all noticed, if y'all really in tune. But that's probably a little deep for a lot of y'all. But anyway. Kiki's Unbreakable says, yep, distractions as usual. Dyslexia means against the law of God because they couldn't put that spell on you. My son is dyslexic and a genius. I believe that. I completely believe that. You see the children, and that's why I say when it gets down to the revelation, sometimes you realize the things that they said is good is actually evil, and the things that they say is evil is actually good. Like the children who are right brain thinkers and they can't just consume all of that information and regurgitate it back on a piece of paper are considered retarded. And the truth is actually stranger than fiction. The truth is, those children who have been deemed retarded and ADHD and all this other shit because they can't keep still, nature is not still. Nature is ever moving, okay? That which is still is usually dead. Now that is all that's good at some point in time. Sometimes you got to be still. Like I said, sometimes you got to go into death to really discover life. And so the axiom is be still and know that I am God. But as I'm speaking in this reference, that which is still is usually dead or dying. Okay? And so they make you be still in school. But those children who are ADHD are always moving, always getting into shit they're supposed to. Those children who can't just consume all of this information and regurgitate that shit back in exactly the same order it was received on a piece of paper are right brain thinkers, and they're in touch with their artistic self. They are in touch with the mother, the great mother, the great spirit. But you're penalized. Even with what we consider most of the time mental dis-ease is not really mental dis-ease. They call it insanity, and most of it is sanity. If we but seen it correctly and cultivated it correctly. But because we don't know what it is, we attach all kind of negative thought forms to it and taint it. And then it really does become mental disease. But the very same thing we call schizophrenia and shit is who used to be the major shamans in the tribes who were able to dip into the spirit realm and get just what the hell you needed. Grasp. It's a deep thing. Grasp. And see, I was always one of them book smart people, but very street dumb. I was so damn street dumb. Oh my God. But I could regurgitate that shit back to you like, man, I was real good at that shit. I didn't even pay attention in class. I just studied the shit the night before and just regurgitated back on the paper. I graduated from nursing school, summa cum some shit, whatever. I didn't even keep up with that shit. Whatever it is when you GPA was 3.8 something or 3.9. I don't fucking remember. But anyway, the point is, did that shit help me at all? No, it didn't. Does that mean I'm really smart? No, it don't. I have a high capacity to digest shit, maybe. I don't know. But that don't mean shit, because my brother, who was not that book smart, he could break an engine down and put that bitch back together. And I'd be like, man, I don't know how this dude do this shit. Blew my mind. So what I said all that to say this, there are different ways of being smart. That's not to say that if you are book smart that you're not really smart. Yeah, there's some, that's commendable and shit. But that don't mean just because he can't regurgitate the shit or she can't regurgitate like you, they're not smart. And in like manner, just because this person can't break an engine down and put it back together don't mean they're not smart. There's different type of smarts, you understand? For a monkey, climbing a tree is a smart thing. That means he's very skilled at what he do. But if a fish tries to do it and can't do it, he might think he's retarded because he can't climb the tree like a monkey. So even though we are all one spirit, we are all not the same within this human flesh. We're not the same as far as experience goes. So you might have a monkey spirit, I might have a fish spirit. But when you go to these schools, they try to make you believe that you all should learn the same. You all should think the same. And if you don't think and learn like we say you should, then something's wrong with you. Not ever taking into account the different, well, y'all know what the hell I'm trying to say. The different characteristics. The Indians knew this shit. This is flying eagle. This is running wolf. You understand what I'm saying? They understood that people's spirits or the way their soul manifested was through a template. This is where we get the zodiac. It's the zodiac. The Cancer, which is the crab. Huh? And you got the bull, the Taurus, with all different characteristics in this here matrix. And so, no, the bull does not learn like the fucking crab. So why do we have schools that try to make us all learn the same? And if the crab isn't doing what the bull is doing, then clearly the crab is retarded, right? Wrong. Completely wrong. But if the bull started moving like the crab, then maybe the bull is... You understand what I'm saying? One size does not fit all. That's right. How come everything else has changed within the last 100 years, but the school system look exactly the same? Because it's designed to dumb you down. It's designed to put you to sleep. Rock-a-bye, baby, on the treetops. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock. Yeah. Anyway, let me read these comments. What time is it? I gotta carry my ass to bed. I gotta go to work tonight. I got things to do. Tio says that it's still going on in the Eastern world as we speak. Bree Shanice says, indigo children. I met my son before I got pregnant with him. He told me that I will soon find out something. Yeah, it's real. It's real. There's more to this life than what they let on. And the crazy thing is they make you afraid of those things which are most needful for you. Crazy, isn't it? It's the most amazing thing to me how we fear those things which really does us the most good. And they tell you that it's wrong, it's bad. They say that ancient man was they say all kind of fuck shit about ancient man, like they're primitive. They use words like primitive and uncivilized. I'm starting to see civilized sounds more like dumb to me. Undumb is what the ancient man was. Yeah, they were uncivilized, but they knew a hell of a lot more than we do. Isn't that something? Huh? They lived a hell of a lot longer than we do. Isn't that something? They wasn't fighting over stupid ass land or books. Who's right and who's wrong. Who's got the truth and who don't. Who's the best church? Who's the best pastor? Who's the best leader? Who's the best speaker? The best. They weren't doing that shit. They lived simply. They laughed, they loved, and they lived. And they mind their fucking business. You understand? Period. For the most part. Of course, that degraded as society degraded. But again, that's all part of the cycle. It's all part of the cycle. It's all gravy, baby. Free Spirit says, I got in trouble for having the answers in math because I couldn't show the work, how you worked it out. Yeah, that they'll do that to you. Even now, which this is why I took my children out of school, because I feel like I got a lot of self-control, except for, again, when it comes to my children. Somehow, some way, when it comes to my children, I really got to work on that shit. But I took my children out of school because I feel like this. It doesn't matter how my child got to the answer. The answer's right, okay? Because I teach how the fuck I want to teach. And it might be different from how the teacher taught. It doesn't matter. As long as they got to the right answer is what it matters. But see, teacher was marking all of the answers, all of the equations wrong because my child wasn't using the prescribed formula to get to the answer. Oh, no. It's one thing. We not only want to teach you what to think, we're also going to teach you how to think. Yeah, I know you can get to the same spot from this direction, but I want you to go this path. Because if you don't, then I'm going to say you're wrong. And you know what that shit sound like to me? Number one, it sounds stupid. Does it matter? If I use Common Core, if I use the shit that was used back in 1990 when I did it. No, it doesn't. The only thing that matters is the result. Did you get the right answer? But no, they marked the shit wrong anyway. And it reminds me of also religion. That's right. Everybody says, hey, we know that all roads lead to Rome, but this road is the right road. And if you take any other road, you're going to hell. I know that hurt a lot of people, and I don't care. I don't care. I swear I don't. It's right. So you find Christians asking questions in church like, well, what about the people who live in the bush, who've never had some man toting some Bible come to them and tell them about some man named Jesus who died for their sins? Like, you telling me they go to hell? They didn't even have a chance. You know, some people would actually say yes, but that is not the truth. That's not the truth. So you're telling me that there these Buddhist monks and these Moors and Islamic people of the Islamic faith and things like that, all of these other people going to hell but us? Really? How sad. Even the ones who are good and who feed the poor and who feed the needy and who love others, all because they don't know someone or don't believe in someone named Jesus, even though they done nothing wrong as far as offending other people and, you know, for lack of a better term, they're like Mother Teresa of another religion, and they're going to hell too because they believe in Buddha instead of Jesus or Muhammad instead of Jesus. I just can't believe this. And those of you who can't believe it, don't believe it. It's called cognitive dissonance because this shit is not true. It's not true. Jesus is much deeper than a character. Let's just put it that way. Okay? There was a Jesus before Jesus. Go look at the Osiris and all of those stories. Yeah, okay. People could say, well, they were counterfeits. No. No. When you go deeper, then you realize the truth. But, you know, you leave the baby sleep. Let them play with their idols or their dolls. What kind of adult would you be to just go ripping dolls out of babies' hands? And so in the same manner, all you spiritual adults, leave them with their idols. When they grow up, they will just lay the idols aside. And you won't have to tell them, hey, it doesn't really matter. You know? They'll just let them fall. They'll just stop playing with them one day. It's kind of like children. It's a hard thing for a child to realize that Santa Claus is really mama and daddy. And so too, it's a hard time. It's a hard thing for a lot of people to realize that Jesus is really you and I and everything else in manifestation. But with a consciousness of its own. In the same way that all of the cells of your body come together and make up what is considered you. Well, God bless the truth. Well, all of the cells within the body of nature come to make up what we know as Jesus. That's my opinion. You don't have to accept it. Take it or leave it. It's my experience, my perception. May your wisdom lead you to its truth. Because you're the only one who's going to have to eat its fruits. Trust and believe that shit. So don't worry about me and what I believe. Okay? Because I'm the only one going to have to eat the fruits of what I believe. Or what I perceive to be is what I know. Just worry about what you know. Because you're the one going to have to eat the fruits of that. Don't worry about what fruits I'm going to be eating. Don't save me. Because I don't want to be saved. Okay? I don't need to be saved. Let me tell you. Anyway. See these comments. Yeah, that's right. Hell is mental. More church folks can put more people in hell than any God in any heaven will ever do. Free Spirit said, yes, I've been accused of blasphemy for my non-religious beliefs. Yeah, but see, my God has not given me a spirit of fear. And that's one thing I kept repeating that to myself as I began to dig, as I began to look around, as I began, you know what I'm saying? I just had to keep telling myself that my God has not given me a spirit of fear. My God told me to test the spirits, all of them. It didn't say just some. Just test the ones in the Christian church. Or how about test the ones outside of the Christian church, but don't test any of them in the Christian church? It never did. No. I was a Bible believer, and I'm still a Bible believer, but not in the way that most people do. I don't interpret it the way other people do. I asked the Holy Spirit. I'm just being real with y'all. I asked the Holy Spirit, who I felt to be a real presence in my life at that time, and still to this day is a real presence in my life, to show me that which is hidden. Let me see. I don't want anybody else's interpretation. Read this shit to me, please. And lo and behold, it's like the heavens opened up and a whole new interpretation. And now it all makes sense. There are no contradictions now. It was shit that couldn't be explained before. You asked pastor or preaching, well, God works in mysterious ways. Or you can't question God. Well, why not? Because God is spirit. And if I'm not mistaken, the scripture said, test the spirit. Test the spirits, which are all the lesser forms of the greater God. So I test all of them. I took this shit to heart. I tested them all. And I found them all to contain some truth within them. In the same way as I tested the spirits of men and women, I found them all to contain God within them. Some to greater degrees and some to lesser degrees. Some flames blazing high and some just flickering embers. But God was in there nevertheless. And same thing with religion. Some are more direct reflections of the truth, and some are more veiled, but they all contain some form of truth within them nevertheless. As all things here, making it full circle back to what we was talking about earlier, the crystals. Nevertheless, they contain consciousness, albeit a lesser one. And so, let us be mindful as we end this sermon on today. Let us be mindful and be sure to eat and drink of the Lord's body worthily. Therefore, we will not die and fall asleep before our time. Lo, I have placed before you life and death. Choose life and live. Choose life. Everything is sacred. Treat your body as it's sacred. Treat the things and people and places around you as is sacred. The very ground that you walk on. You don't have to go to some garden. You don't have to go anywhere. All of it is sacred. Realize that your body is the temple, the church, the house of the Holy Spirit, who is God. When you drink your water, realize that even your water is alive. Talk to it. Tell it what you would want to hear. Do unto it as you would have it do unto you. Because when you drink it, that's exactly what's going to happen. If you speak good affirmations into the water and then drink it, those good affirmations will become a part of your very being. And you will find strength. When you eat your food, recognize that some being, whether it be plant being, whether it be an animal being, had to give its life in order for you to continue living yours. Be grateful. Like mama say, don't put more on your plate than you can actually eat. Don't kill more than what is necessary for the sustenance, for the maintenance and sustenance of your body. Don't waste, because you don't realize what you're wasting. Let us stop being so vain, using animal furs and leather belts and crocodile boots and shit. Would you want that done to you? Would you want to be killed so they can make keyboards out of your teeth? No. Would you want to be killed so some being can use your skin as a coat? What that scary movie was, one of them fools would skin people and put their face on top of his and shit. Yeah, we do it all the time. Such monsters. Don't be so vain. The very breath that you breathe. Take time and feel the chi, the prana, the energy, the electricity in the air around you that you breathe in. That's God. That's the ruach, the pneuma. Breathe that shit. It's sacred. And remember, as you see people going to and fro about their life, remember to handle people with care. Because energy does not die, it's only transferred. And that energy may be in and around them today, but it'll be in and around you tomorrow or the next day, the next age, the next life. You do well to remember that. Now, pneuma is like a different story says pneuma. I never heard that word. I think ruach, I believe, is the Hebrew, and pneuma, I believe, is the Greek. But pneuma is like where we get pneumonia. Pneumonia is the inflammation of the lungs. It's the same P-N-E-U-M, if I'm spelling that shit right. I don't know. Somebody type that in the comment section. But pneuma. Greetings, Navi Poet. That's right, King Cooley, Islam. It's the breath. You are the temple of the Holy Spirit. So feed yourself good foods. And remember from whence that food comes. Feed yourself good information. And also remember from whence that information comes. I don't give a damn from whose mouth it came. Realize from where the mouth came. The tongue, the brain that housed the information. And even within yourself, let us try to have a little humility within ourselves, because you do not have anything that you did not first receive. We like to pride on ourselves on having the most information or knowing the most. But you had to get that shit from somewhere. Even if it is from within yourself. You had to get it. You had to receive it before you could first give it. So settle down. Settle down. You're not that great. Even though you are, you're not that great. Left foot, right foot. Okay? So anyway, I've been on this thing almost 2 hours, you guys. Yeah, Texas Chainsaw, that was him. Crazy motherfucker. But you know what? Again, like I say, I see the same thing when I see people walking around with furs and shit. Looks exactly the same. Even though I'm guilty of different things myself, we all a work in progress. But every little change helps. You ain't got to run out and make all these major changes today, but try some small change this week and then add another change to it next week. And in a year, 2 years, 3 years, teach these changes to your children. You understand? And then by the time your ass incarnate back here again, it'll be a better world. We're moving one step closer to Eureka, to heaven on earth, like they say, to a better existence, a better life, a more meaningful existence. Simplicity, simplicity, simplicity. Like the scripture says, Solomon the wise. People don't like to read Ecclesiastics because it's just too goddamn real. It's too real and it's too raw. They can't handle it. They don't believe it belongs in the Bible. It's not fairies and singing and dancing and having a good time, and it's not light and positive. What is it doing there? Yeah, the truth heals. Sometimes the truth hurts. And the truth is vanities upon vanities. So what does a man should do? What should he do? He should live, love, and laugh. Live, love, and laugh. Not in any specific order, by the way. And serve God. Serving God, worshiping God is to live, to love, and to laugh. As the cells in your body come together to make up you. So we live, move, and have our being in Jesus. We're all members of that one body. And so as an oversoul, I want my cells in my body to live, love, and laugh. I want them to focus on that which is good, that which is holy, that which is edifying, that which is uplifting. Because as they do, so it is passed on to me. And so as a cell in the greater body of God, I am going to do what I want my cells that reside in my body to do, which is to love, to live, and to laugh. Grasp. It's a deep thing. Now, to whoever's still listening, don't forget to like and share, because sharing is caring. Okay? Yes. Never question who it was behind the curtain. Just walk the shiny yellow brick road. Yeah, it's all the Wizard of Oz. All of it, you guys. But, you know, the thing is here is it is vanity upon vanity. It is. And really, really, this is the truth that no one wants to face. Life really has no meaning but the meaning you give to it. I'm going to say that again. Life really has no meaning but the meaning that you give to it. So when I say you are the truth, that's exactly what I mean. You're the truth. Whatever you say it is, that's what it is. Life has no meaning unless you give it meaning. And so I'm asking those of you who are still listening to the sound of my voice right now, if you've made it this far, then I'm asking you for your sake, for the sake of your children, for the sake of those around you, for the sake of all of us, let's just be real. I'm asking you to give your life meaning. Make the mundane sacred again. Make the act of breathing sacred again. Make the act of communing with your brother and your sister, even with your enemy, sacred again. Make the act of eating sacred again. Make the act of walking barefooted sacred again. Make the act of making love sacred again. Give life back her meaning. Who robbed her of her meaning? Give it back. Give it back. That's right. We have to sacrifice ourselves. Get our ego out the way. We know so much. We so holy. We so good. We so conscious. We're so aware. We're so this. All that talking, we ain't shit. But at the same time, we are. Whew. All right, you guys. Well, I got to get me a little rest. So I guess I'm going to play a little. Nope. I can't play a song. I forgot. I'm on a whole nother platform here. But there are no accidents at the end of the day, even though I'll be talking shit. There are no accidents. This was supposed to happen this way. Okay, because I really feel like had I been able to do it on the platform that I originally planned, it would have never went like this. This way it forced me not to be distracted by pulling up images, making sure the stream was going right and all that other shit. It forced me to exit out of my conscious mind and really dig deep down and just pretty much let the shit pour out. So it was perfect. So not my will, but you know the rest of it. So anyway, you're welcome, Alex. It's been my pleasure sharing my time and my thoughts with you guys who are very much me and part of me. So I'm sharing our thoughts today. If it wasn't our thoughts, you would have never resonated here. I'm just articulating them. That's all. You said, yeah, because I'm somebody. Yeah, you are. You are. You're more than what you know. But again, you got to keep balance. You got to know that you ain't shit. But at the same time, you got to know that you're everything that there ever was and ever will be. You feel me? That's the middle path. Left foot, right foot. The yin and the yang coming together. Okay? You got to know that I'm the best. There's nobody better than me, nobody greater than me. But also at the same time, know that you're the lowest. Nobody can do worse than me. And that's pretty much how I operate. I toggle between the two, depending on when it's necessary. You know, when I'm feeling too high, I be sure to remind myself that, bitch, you ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Let's just be real. You ain't shit. Look around. Look around, honey. You is not shit. But then when I'm feeling like I'm not shit, I always remind myself, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. There's nothing greater than you. The whole entire universe exists within you. How the hell can something be greater than me when I am the all? You know, like they say, there's the ocean within the drop, and a drop within the ocean, or some shit like that. The whole ocean is in the drop. The whole universe is in me. So how can anything in the universe be greater than me? It don't make sense. Make the shit make sense. But then when I'm riding that wave for a while, I start getting a little too high, and then I be thinking to myself, well, ain't nobody else's shit, and I'm the shit. And I gotta remind myself, wait a minute now. You see what I'm saying? You just keep doing that until you do that shit so fast to you right dab smack in the middle. Well, you're not the best, but you're not the worst. You balance. You just is. You just is. You're not becoming. You're just being. Yeah. So anyway, cute ugly tears. That's so cute. That's right, KKXK, or wait, KXXK, reconciling the opposites. That's the at one mint. You heard about the atonement? Atonement is spelled at one mint. MENT is a derivative of mind, and so it's bringing the left hemisphere and the right hemisphere together, the yin and the yang, the male and the female, the positive and the negative, because that's how life is created, by the male and the female. That's how light is created, by bringing the positive and the negative together. Do you understand? That's how manifestation is created, by alternating light and darkness. And so too, on all planes, as above, so below. As we reconcile the opposites within ourselves, we find the light of life, and we shall not walk in darkness. The end. Because too much light is just as good as darkness. And darkness, of course, we know is darkness. But it's by reconciling the opposites that you can really, really see. It's the only way. It's the only way. Hey. Somebody say, hey, Mama Crystal. Cue the moon. Okay. I am that I am. Let me scroll through these little comments right quick, and then I'm gonna get off for real this time. I know I keep saying that. I always say that, but I just enjoy y'all's energy so much. I enjoy being in your presence. I enjoy sharing with you guys. I really do. Yaper88 says these teachings are unlike any other. So much and thanks and love to you, Crystal. Thank you. Well, I don't know if I call them teachings. I try to stay away from that shit, man. I'm not nobody's teacher. I'm not nobody's guide, nobody's guru. I ain't nobody's nothing. You understand? I'm just a chick on the internet sharing my thoughts and my perspective. You feel free. It's like a buffet. You don't have to eat everything. You don't have to eat none of it. You know what I'm saying? You ain't even have to come in the restaurant. Just but if you come through, take what you want off the buffet line, leave the rest. But I'm definitely not out here trying to feed the 5,000 with 2 fishes and 1 loaf of bread, some shit like that. You know, I'm not the person. I'm not gonna say I'm not nobody's Christ or none of that shit. I'm not that. I'm not a teacher. Nothing. I'm just a chick on the internet sharing her perspectives. So make the decisions of your life according to your experience. You understand? I will not be held responsible for the good or the bad. I'm just gonna be. I don't take responsibility for none of that shit. So whether you criticizing me or praising me, I throw all that shit in the same basket. None of that belong to me. You know what I mean? That's on you. Whatever good happened in your life, I know you want to say, oh, well, Krista, this. Nope. That's all you, baby. You keep all that praise just for you. Okay? And in like manner, when shit fall to pieces, don't come over here talking about Krista said, nope, baby. You just keep all that shit just for you. You understand? Mm-mm. I take compliments, negative and positive criticism the same exact way. And again, that's balance. That helped me to stay humble. Because if I actually listen to some of the shit y'all saying, like, oh, Crystal, you this and you that and all this other shit, I'm liable to get a big head, which then I ain't going to be me. You see what I'm saying? So and I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. I do love the positive reinforcement, but I can't let it soak in. You understand? In the same way as I take into account the negative criticism as well. But I don't let that shit sink in neither. And it allows me to continue to be authentic and true and to express myself without inhibitions of whether I'm pleasing you or displeasing you. It is what it is. You feel me? Oh, purple lover. That's right, free spirit. Free spirit says you are me, so I'm praising myself. Okay, I'll accept that. I'll take that. I'll take that. That's right. They get it. I get it. Be walking around like George Jefferson, all arrogant. Yes. And I really can't stand that. I don't like to see it in other people, and I sure as the hell don't like to see it in myself. It's unacceptable. I will punish the shit out of myself. I will take TV from myself, social media. I mean, I will do all kind of shit until I remember just how shitty I really am. I will remind myself of all the shit I did wrong, of all the people I hurt, even when I didn't want to. I mean, I do that to myself, but it's because I sometimes, you know what my grandma used to say? Somebody getting too big for their britches. You know what I'm saying? And I can recognize that even within myself. I separate my true self, the observer, from my ego. You understand? So when I see my ego is getting too big for itself, when they're enmeshed, when somebody attacks your ego, you feel like you're getting attacked. But I separate myself from my ego, and that way I discipline my ego like a child. I watch that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I tell it what it needs to eat, what it needs to watch, where it's going, and when I see it start getting too big for its britches, I will punish it. We not getting on social media. We not doing none of this shit until you get your mind right, because you're not finna be out here embarrassing me. You feel me? I had to check myself the other day. I was all on Instagram posting shit that I hate. I hate to see people just post shit like that, man. And when I like snapped and I looked at this, I was like, what is this? I was like, oh no, it's like the parent version of me like popped up like, oh, we not having this shit. I went deleting shit, delete, 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 delete. Then I put me a little post like, look, y'all, I'm sorry. My kid got a hold to my phone. You know what I'm saying? And started posting shit. I banned myself from social media. This is my first time getting back since I even did that post. You know what I mean? So you got to learn to discipline yourself sometimes. I know I do. I'm very hard on myself. But, I think scripture says something about that too as well. If you judge yourself, others wouldn't have no need to. You ain't got to knock me down. I know how to do it better than anybody. And in the same way, you ain't got to build me up. I know how to do it better than anybody. Trust and believe that shit. You know what I mean? I don't need none of that. I'm too big for your boots. Yeah, discipline yourself. And so, let's just not use up crystals and Bibles and other people and anything. We have everything that we need within us. A closed mouth don't get fed, man. Let us get back into the habit of prayer or meditation. Some people don't like the word prayer. Hey, whatever you want to call it, prayer, meditation, a silent longing of the heart, whatever terminology makes you feel better and feel, awake or aware or holy or whatever. Okay, whatever. It's all the same thing with different labels tapped upon it. Let us get back to the point to where we begin to trust the universe, begin to trust the oversoul, God, the divine, Jesus, Buddha, Muhammad, whoever, whatever. Okay? And begin to ask and desire for real things, for things that actually matter. Not a new TV, not even a new job, none of this petty shit. Begin to long for things that really matter and make a difference. Okay? Like healing, like positive energy, the ability to give unto others. And see, if you ask for the ability to give to others, then you will receive, because you have to receive everything before you can give it, even your own breath. You didn't even get, you had to receive the body that you're in. All that shit, you had to receive everything. Trace something back, find something that you didn't receive, and come back and put that shit in my comment section. I'll be waiting. I'll be waiting. Whether it be a piece of information, your very breath, anything. Think of something that you didn't have to first receive. But instead of asking to receive some shit, why don't you ask to give? And you'll necessarily have to receive it before you can give it. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. Your intentions mean everything. So seek to give instead of to receive. And you'll receive what you need and what they need. Grasp. It's a deep thing. Whew. That's right. We don't need crutches. All this shit is crutches. Free spirit. Even tarot. Tarot is a crutch. Tarot cards. All that shit could be just downloaded directly into your mind where you could read a person like a book without even cards. Cards are literally training wheels. And training wheels have their purpose. So I'm not hating on tarot. You understand? And some people like to see the visual images as well. So I'm not hating on tarot. Y'all know I do tarot. I'm not hating on it. Don't get mad. But all that shit is crutches. Using crystals to get your energy up, get your altar up and shit. Crutches. Training wheels is what it is. And it just signifies to me that you're a spiritual baby. That's all. That's all. Nothing wrong with that. I love babies. They're cute. But when you're ready to mature a little bit, go on ahead and don't be afraid to take the training wheels off. Yeah, you might fall a couple of times. It might seem like, Daddy, I can't do this riding the bike thing without my training wheels. You might complain to God, I can't do it. I'm still sick. I'm still feeling no energy, God. Give me my crystals back. Give it a little while though, friend. Just keep trying. Eventually you'll be able to stay upright, and then shit, you're gonna be flying down the street with the wind in your hair with no training wheels. Give it some time. Oh God, can you stay out of my thoughts, please? I cannot. I cannot. She got on me about the crystals, and it rained crystal clear. Sorry, King Cooley. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to hurt nobody's feelings. I swear I didn't. But apparently there was a greater message here than the crystals. I thought I came here to talk about crystals and candles, right? But no, we went actually deeper than I actually planned on going. So there are no accidents. You know what I'm saying? And again, if you do use crystals, here's the thing, y'all. And I guess this is only for those of you who made it this far, because a lot of people done clicked off and probably going to throw their crystals away or some shit. But anyway, here's the thing. It's the same thing with like eating. Okay, it's okay to have crystals, but how are you having them? Are you just using them up, not realizing they're actual living beings? Are you ever pouring into is it an energy exchange, or are you just sucking their energy out? It's like it's okay to have a man or a woman, and it's okay for your man or your woman to quote unquote use you, but as long as you using each other. You understand what I'm saying? And not in a negative way. Like, yeah, you fix my plate and I rub your back. Or he made my bath water when I got home from work and hell, I washed his clothes. Or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You done this and then I did that. That's essentially we're using each other. But it's a mutual agreement. It's an exchange of energy and time and love. Shit like that. That's not how we treat crystals most of these days. That's not how we treat anything, actually. You know what I'm saying? Which is the sad part. But if you own crystals, just remember that they are living beings. And a dog is a lesser consciousness than yourself, but you don't treat your dog like shit. You still love it and treat it with care and concern if you're a half decent person anyway. You understand? Even your plants, you talk to your plants, you feed them positive energy. Don't you know that makes your plants grow when you talk to them and shit? They say it's the carbon monoxide, but it's more than the carbon monoxide. If you speak life to a bowl of rice, one of them Chinese or Japanese doctors did an experiment, you speak life to a bowl of rice, it'll flourish, it'll last long. But if you start speaking negative words to it, that shit'll rot and disintegrate in a couple days. Okay, so it's not just plants that you do this with. It's not just the carbon monoxide. It's not just the people in your life, also your crystals. So you don't have to go throw out your crystals any more than you have to go throw out your husband or your wife. But learn how to handle them like they're actually a person that needs to be handled with respect, love, and care, like every other thing on this earth. So I said that for you guys. You don't have to run out and throw out your crystals, but be sure to treat them nice. Put them out in the sun. Go throw them out in the backyard and let them sit in the dirt for a little while. You know what I mean? Like, just treat them as they're sacred, because they are. God bless the truth. They're at the beginning of creation, as we all are. Okay. So not only your crystals, but your plants, your children, other people you don't know, your friends, your enemies, the sun, the sky, the moon, your very breath, your food, everything. Treat it as if it is sacred, because the truth is, it is. I love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Until next time.